Last year, 61 competitors took on the toughest test of their lives as they try to conquer our 3 rounds of strength and endurance.
And no, he doesn't.
Few came close,
And
none succeeded.
And he's out!
This season, 125 competitors come back to the course to see if they have what it takes to beat it all. Anyone who proves they have the skills to survive all 4 rounds will win 10,000 Robux and the title of Alpha Ninja Warrior Grand Champion. Today we will see the first of 4 groups of our field of 125 competitors take on the qualifiers course on Alpha Island. Only the top players from the group will prove they deserve to be part of the top 40 and move on to the semifinals. One dream, one chance, 10,000 Robux. This is Alpha Ninja Warrior. We're back for Alpha Ninja Warrior, and I'm your host, Alpha VR 370. Today we will see our second group of 31 competitors take on the qualifiers course. And remember, only the top players are going to move on to the semifinals. Just like last week, we're going to see some newcomers like KFly100 and Real Duda Games, but we'll also be seeing some familiar faces like Fanny Bear, Big Fish 2007, and even the last ninja standing, Cyrus08 UK. We're also going to see some familiar people like Blue Tides and DJ Dilly that you might know outside of this competition. For more information on the course, I'm going to go down to the sidelines to tell you how this works. Today, the competitors will have to go through 6 obstacles to reach the buzzer at the very end. The first obstacle is the quintuple steps. The players will have to jump across each of the 5 tilted steps to get to the other side. If you get too low on any of them, you will trip and fall into the water. The second obstacle is the propeller swing. You have to jump onto the first propeller, time your jump to the rope, swing the rope, and then jump onto the second propeller where you have to time your dismount. The third obstacle is the salmon roll. As a horizontal version of the salmon ladder, you have to lock the bar into each of the cradles to roll the cylindrical shape down the track. The fourth obstacle is the rotating bridge. You have to time your footwork and your jump so you don't slide off of this 360-degree rotating bridge. The fifth obstacle is the flying bar by Lyrical Wonders. A modification from last season, you have to time your jumps and landings on each of the 5 cradles to land on the platform. The sixth obstacle is the warped wall, but also with a mega wall. On your first attempt, you can choose to go for the mega wall, and if you get up it in one try, you will earn 100 Robux and hit the buzzer. If you fail the mega wall, you will go to the normal warped wall, but you will only get 2 attempts. However, you do not have to go for the mega wall. If anyone clears the entire course, they will have a guaranteed ticket into the semifinals. However, if less than 10 people clear the entire course, then the rest of the spots will be determined by how far the players got and when they failed that obstacle, indicated by the red lines. We will start with warped wall fails and go in reverse order. First up today is Muffin Wasn't Here. I don't know who this guy is, and I don't really know a lot about him, so let's see how he does. But he's wearing a lightning bolt. Maybe he'll flash through the course. Who knows? Or maybe he'll just Mario Kart it and shrink under the pressure. And taking a little bit to start, but he's off. He's onto the quintuple steps, lagging a little bit. Lagging a lot, actually. Oh, but it just looks like he did not get a jump off of that second step, and Muffin goes down. Next up is Dark Shadow W3. I also don't know much about this guy either, but his outfit's pretty nice. I'll give him that. 8 out of 10, because it's purple. And we're off. And there he goes. Now he's onto the court, hesitating quite a bit, actually. Oh! Wait, what happened there? Let's take a look at the replay. If you look at the clip, he goes very short on the first step and the second, and there is no recovering after that. Next up is Waffler LT12, wearing the same hat as Yas123451 from last week. Personally, I think it kind of looks like the cookies on an ice cream sandwich, and I love me some ice cream sandwiches, so I don't know. Let's see how he does though on today's course. We haven't seen anyone beat the quintuple steps, but that could change. And it looks like it just changed. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Went right into the rope. Very nice. But he landed short on the second propeller, which puts him in the water. GG's to him. Next up is Mr. Meow YTS. Last season, he competed on Alpha Ninja Warrior, but he failed on the quintuple steps. I'm pretty sure he's looking to get his redemption today. Hopefully he can, wearing pretty much the same outfit. But he's onto the quintuple steps. Right, being very cautious, trying to avoid last time. What happened last time, but he's going really slow, just pausing on that last quintuple step. To be honest, this is not the time to pause, because remember, if less than 10 people clear, it's about fighting over those spots for the people that didn't clear. And if Mr. Meow does not clear, this will definitely be a huge waste of time, but he's just doing emos. He's just standing there. What's going on? He finally got onto the propeller swing. Oh, makes it onto the rope, but barely. Now he's just standing there again. I don't know what he's doing. He's just standing there.
Okay. Yeah.
He's just emoting. He needs to go. At this point, if he fails on this obstacle, he definitely won't have a chance to move on.
How do I
But he just got caught up on the rope. I don't know what happened there, but I don't think he's going to be moving on. Next up is Coolie Kid Will 2. Decking the halls with that outfit. Ho 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 to the buzzer? Question mark? We'll see if he does it. So far, we've only had one person, or two people actually, get to the propeller swing. Maybe it could be the third. Now he's onto the propeller swing. How is he going to attack this? Okay, gaining a little bit of speed, but he just aimed and jumped way too late. He could not grab onto the rope at that point. Next up is Galactic Says Hi. And look, he's in a hot dog outfit, full and everything. Is that a hot dog? Is that a dog underneath? Oh my gosh, it really is a hot dog dog. A dog inside of a dog inside of two buns. That's crazy. That's definitely some of the weirdest things I've ever seen on this show. But let's see if he can clear. If he clears, that'd be pretty funny. But at an average pace, he went through the quintuple steps. Okay, he's testing his jump, which is pretty smart to do. But he went way too fast to where he could not control himself, and he just went way too far, way past the rope. But nice try with the outfit. After that, just like last episode, a bunch of people kept failing the propeller swing because of reasons just they weren't aiming correctly, or they were falling off of the propeller, or the rope just got to the best of them. Even Forgo Hectalium from last season failed the propeller swing, but the quintuple steps still got their fair share of kills as well. Next up is Red Racer 96. I'm excited to see him run. Maybe we can finally get someone to pass the propeller swing and get onto the salmon roll. And maybe even seeing some clears. But someone has to make the change, and it might start with Red Racer. And he's off onto the quintuple steps, lining his jump up every single time, but Not going too slow. Very nice. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Nice, he's onto the rope. But we've seen people choke up on the rope today. Oh, he's on the second one. But he goes out of bounds. And because he went out of bounds and off of the course, he is disqualified. Maybe his time can hold up, but I'm not too sure. Next up is Blue Tide's Roblox. He created the Blue Ninja Warrior series and the auto game Blue Ninja Warrior Champions Edition. Personally, it's a game that I like to practice on, and I'm very excited to compete in Blue Ninja Warrior 20. By the time this comes out, I will have already competed in that, but he's onto the course. I'm actually really excited to see how he does today. See how he'll do on my course. See if he can, master the twist of it. But it looks like he just falls off and just comes too short of the rope, and we might not get to see Blue Tides anymore. Next up is Wubsy AUTTP. Last season, he was one of only 3 people to fail the quintuple steps, but somehow still move on to semifinals, where he failed the quintuple steps again. But today, he thinks he has a lot more potential inside of him.
Hello guys, it's me, Wubsy AUTTP, and this is the video submission from Alpha Ninja Warrior Season 2. So Season 1 was not the best for me. Fell the first obstacle twice, made it to semi-finals, which I'm happy of. Here's me doing some obstacles. Summer Rule, I'm never going to get past Summer Rule, I'm never going to advance to Vegas. I think so, Vegas is pretty hard. Here's me on the 4th obstacle, pretty difficult. Here's me with a belt, I don't know how it happened. I get up to the wall and dance for victory.
I'm excited to see him run. Let's see if he can break his quintuple step curse. Man, he's going really fast right now. No stop. But that is it. He has beaten the quintuple steps for the first time. Let's see how much further he can get. Going back to reset the obstacle. Now he's onto the rope. Okay. Not getting caught up by it, but some huge swings. And it pays off. And now he's onto the salmon roll. Our first competitor to get here, he's doing not too bad, but he's on the outer part of the ring, which will disqualify him. But nonetheless, being the first one to get here, he might have a chance. Next up is A Thunderbird, rocking a pretty nice blue hat. Let's see if he can get through today's course. Oh nice, he's emoting at the start. It is looking pretty possible though. We did see our first person get through salmon roll, or get to the salmon roll. Now we see someone get through it, but he was emoting for a little bit at the start, but that's okay. Not stopping at all on the quintuple steps, already onto the propeller swing. Alright, now he's onto the rope. Okay, getting a big swing, very nice. And the dismount, now he's onto salmon roll. How will he attack this? He just overshoots and just goes over and falls into the water, but GG's to Thunder. Next up is James Taz. He competed last season, but he only fell on the quintuple steps in qualifiers. Let's see if he can make it past today. Down goes off and quintuple steps. And he's already down. He got too low on the second step. And
My name is James Stas, also known as Jamie Boy, and I am the host of Jamie's Sasuke. Last time I failed the very first obstacle on tournament 1 of Alpha Ninja Warrior, and that got me absolutely devastated, so I trained more on the course to see for next season, and now I'm bigger, better, stronger, and I hope I don't make the same mistake as last season.
and he's off Alright, lining up his jump. Seems to work, and he's past the quintuple steps. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Oh, but he overshoots by a long shot, just way past the rope, and I think that might do it for James Taz. Next up is Mayan 5667, and from his outfit, I am assuming he's a world heavyweight boxing champion, so he should have the strength for the course, so let's see if he makes it far. And the countdown goes off, and he's onto the quintuple steps.
Okay.
Wow, got really low on that first step, but it's working out. He's just taking a little bit of time to line up his jump, which is totally okay. But now he's onto the propeller swing. Alright, he's gonna take another swing. Nice, onto the rope. Didn't look like he was going to aim it correctly, but I think he just had enough speed. Now he's onto... Nice, now he's onto the salmon roll. Oh, but he overshoots and he goes down into the water and he got knocked out. Next up is K-Fly 100. With the orange hair and rocking the suit, he is ready to take on today's course.
I am K-Fly, and I'm a rookie here on Alpha Ninja Warrior. My goal is to move on past qualifiers, even possibly make it to Vegas. I am up against some very good competitors here, so this will be tough. I have had quite a bit of practice, so hopefully that practice will come to use. Good luck to everybody.
He really is looking nice, but hopefully he doesn't get wet in the suit. He said he has been preparing for this, so hopefully those skills will come into play on today's run. Okay, going pretty fast, but I think he just jumped a tad too early, which is all it takes, and K-Fly is down on the propeller swing. Next up is Ultimate Ernest 2013. I actually don't know how he's going to do. I don't know much about this guy, so I'm actually pretty curious to see where he'll end up. And he's off onto the quintuple steps, doing the jumping technique to bounce off of the bottom quickly. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Okay, taking a few spins, but he got it, barely, but he got it. Whoa, a huge swing, but he timed it just right, and now he's onto salmon roll. Okay, he got it. No one has passed this obstacle so far, and he might be the first if he dismounts, and he has! Now he's onto rotating bridge, the first person to do so. Oh, but he just did not go to the left fast enough, but I'm certain he will probably qualify. Next up is Real Laguda Games. I'm not sure what that is around his neck, but he looks like he's wearing a robbery mask. So, is he going to steal our course today? To be honest, that would be a pretty good feat if he stole our course. But please, don't steal our course. We need it for next season. Alpha Ninja Warrior, Season 3. But the robber is off. He's onto the quintuple steps. Okay, hesitating a little on the third step, but now he's onto propeller swing. Okay, he's on. How's he going to attack this? He's going pretty slow, which means if he keeps this up, whenever he jumps, he has to be really exact. But he missed the jump, and the robber gets busted. Next up is DJ Dilly. He's pretty well known in the R&W community, but however, I have not seen him compete in any comps, or at least none that I remember, so let's see how well he does on today's course. And by the way, he is a walk-on, so that's also pretty interesting as well. So with no prior experience, how's he going to do? Alright, very nice control. Onto the second propeller, and he's dismounted on the salmon roll. Oh, barely. But he was on that top rung, so that does not mean he was outside of the circle, but he was on that top rung, so he will not get disqualified for that. But he's going kind of slow on the salmon roll. But he got it, and that should be it. He just has to dismount, and he got it. Now he's on the rotating bridge. So far, he's done pretty well with his control, so hopefully this is the one that really matters. Oh, but he goes on the lower side. I don't know what he was thinking, but he just slid right off. But not bad for DJ Dilly. Good job. Next up is Big Fish 2007. I don't know much about Big Fish except for last season. They ran and they fell on the quintuple steps, so I'm guessing like many others, they're trying to get redemption on the course, so best of luck to them. And they're off. Alright, using the jumping technique, but not waiting too long on each step. It's probably the better way to take that obstacle. Nice on the rope. Kind of struggling, just cannot get a push on it. But I don't think they got enough push, which is the reason why they fell short. I doubt that they'll be able to move on, but we'll just have to wait and see. Next up is Viking Roblox YT. Last season, on the qualifiers, he went notoriously slow. But this year, he wants to change all of that.
So yeah, last season wasn't my best. It took me around 15 seconds to actually get on the quintuple steps. And honestly, I was taking my time. I was doing pretty well, but then I fell on flying bar. And then Homeboy also, got the flying bar a lot faster than I did, which eliminated me from the competition. That probably was supposed to be my last comp, but I decided my performance wasn't exactly what I wanted to. So I'm coming back into this comp, and this season, I'm going to prove that I am still the person, that the Viking that still is the legend. I was pretty well, and then I stopped for around 6 months now. Haven't been practicing a lot, but I'm just gonna do my best, try my best. Hopefully I can get to boot camp or semifinals or something. So my goal is to get boot camp, and yeah. For I don't know me, my name is Viking Roblox.t, and check out my qualifiers run.
Well, I'm glad he's back, and I'm glad he wants to try to be the Viking he's capable of being. Definitely, gone to the course a lot faster, and he's definitely moving a lot faster than last season. So maybe he can prove himself. But yeah, I'm glad to have him back. But very nice through the propeller swing. He's on the salmon roll. Oh, okay, got it. Alright, not too bad at all. Now he's on the rotating bridge. So far going a lot faster than last season. Oh, but he got on the inside part of the bridge, but he just could not recover since the bridge was pretty much straight up. And he just fell into the water. But I definitely think he redeemed himself from last season. Next up is Super SpongeBob 303. Last season, he had a pretty early exit, and he was not happy about it. But this season, he's going for the top notch. Top 10, Viking got knocked out, and he goes too fast on the last cradle and qualified to the semifinals. But on the semifinals, he just choked up and failed on the quintuple steps.
Hello everybody, Super SpongeBob 303 here, also known as Homeboy, and also known as that guy who loves Piplup way too much. My main goal for the season is just to redeem myself, especially after getting eliminated early in the semifinals round of Alpha Ninja Warrior Season 1. I think I actually have the potential to get very deep into this course. When I mean very deep, I mean like stage 2 and maybe even stage 3 or even stage 4. I definitely have those skills that make me a top contender if I can just get to the grand finals.
Whoa, we've never heard anyone say that they can actually get that far. Because remember, last season, Cyrus only got to stage 2, the last ninja standing. He thinks he can go all the way. But first, he has to get through the qualifiers, but he's onto the propeller swing. Kind of stopped before he started the obstacle, or took a little bit of a pause, but okay. It looks a little bit off, but it looks like, I guess it was just fine, but he stopped there. Remember, he's not onto salmon roll until he officially crosses the red line. There he goes. But that was a waste of about 5 seconds. 5 seconds of precious time could be all the difference of someone qualifying and not qualifying. But it looks like he just fell through a hole of the salmon roll right before the dismount. Hopefully that'll be enough to qualify, and maybe Super SpongeBob can fulfill his dreams. Next up is Disclive Cool Kid 16188. I actually don't know much about him at all, but that is a huge freaking peppermint on his head. I'm actually surprised he's able to carry that, but we'll see if it falls off on the course. It does look pretty good on him, but he's onto the propeller swing. Taking a few swings. Alright, not too bad, considering that he went pretty quick, or he had a pretty quick spin. And now he's on the salmon roll. Oh, barely hung on. I almost in no man's land, barely recovered. Alright, not too bad. Now the dismount. And he got it. Now he's on the rotating bridge. I have some point to do on this. No one has passed it yet, but he got it! Now he's on the flying bar, the first person to do so. Can he clear? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Oh! But he slid off at the very end, right before the dismount. And what a good run, but he just fell so close to the warped wall. Next up is It's Me Ninja 005. Last season, he was one of the fastest to clear in semifinals, and he made it to the grand finals, failing the third obstacle, Double Dipper, on stage 1. Let's see if he can make it back there again, but with only a few runners left, he does have to kind of do well. If he fails the propeller swing, it won't be likely that he'll move on. The chances will be very slim, if not none. But he's not doing too bad. Almost got caught up on the rope, but not too bad at all. He's on the salmon roll. Okay, very nice. Okay, kind of stuck, but he's getting it. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was in no man's land for a second. Oh, that was weird. Oh, he got it. He got the draw. Oh! But he just hit the bottom part of the rung in front of him, and it head-hitted him to the water. Next up is Thanny Bear. Last season, Thanny Bear made it all the way to grand finals with pretty good runs, but all of a sudden fell on the jumping spider. The reason why this was so shocking is because a lot of people said that he was going to win it all. So will Thanny Bear get his redemption on the course, or will it be a repeat shocker? Onto the propeller swing with a pretty good time. Not really hesitating too much. Kind of close on the rope, but so far pretty good with the time. Now onto salmon roll. Alright, dropping to that next level. Oh, going backward. I think Fanny Bear just kind of choked up and got nervous, but I don't know what that was about, but I think Fanny Bear might be able to qualify with that fast time. Now, the person that went further than anyone else last season is tonight's final runner. This is Cyrus08UK. He might have beaten everyone last season, but he said that it won't be enough for this season. He wants to go all the way. But remember, in 10th place right now is Super SpongeBob 303, getting to the salmon roll with 32.574 seconds. If Cyrus gets there faster or clears salmon roll, he will knock Super SpongeBob out of the top 10 and he will not go to the semifinals, but Cyrus will. However, Cyrus is going kind of slow and he needs to pick up the pace or else he won't beat him. It's going to be close and he cleared it, but he's just sitting there. And since he has sat there and he did not cross the line, that means he was not faster than Super SpongeBob 303. He must cross the line in order to count it for salmon roll. But now this means he has to clear the salmon roll or else he is eliminated. Our last ninja standing from last season. But he's still standing there, just taking a lot of time. But here he goes. Oh! And Cyrus08UK is out on the salmon roll. He will not be going to semifinals, but Super SpongeBob 303 will. Let's check the replay for what happened. After he cleared the propeller swing, he just stood in front of the salmon roll. But whenever he finally got on it, he rolled so far to where he hit the rung on top of him. And it was a head hitter. And after that, there was nowhere else to go but down. Here are the results. With no clears, Disclive Cool Kid 16188 comes in first, failing and getting to the flying bar with 54.031 seconds. Second is Viking Roblox YT, getting to the rotating bridge with 33.635 seconds. Third is Ultimate Ernest 2013, getting to the rotating bridge with 40.483 seconds. Fourth is DJ Dilly, getting to the rotating bridge with 50.040 seconds. Fifth is Fanny Bear, getting to the salmon roll with 20.302 seconds. Sixth is It's Me Ninja 005, getting to the salmon roll with 21.385 seconds. Seventh is A Thunderbird, getting to the salmon roll with 22.283 seconds. Eighth is Wubsy AUTTP, getting to the salmon roll with 24.816 seconds. Ninth is Mayan 5667, getting to the salmon roll with 28.233 seconds. And coming in last is Super SpongeBob 303, getting to the salmon roll with 32.574 seconds. Thank you for watching another great episode of Alpha Ninja Warrior Season 2, and I will see you next time. Coming up on the next episode of Alpha Ninja Warrior, we're going to see our third group of 31 competitors run the qualifying course, including competitors like The Frog Thing, Robotic Pie, and Michael Skunk Fry.